think she wants to go down that road.
For sure.
I mean, concealing the records index as a state commission is not allowed.
Yes, it has been closed since the beginning of the pandemic.
Gotcha.
And no immediate plans to reopen.
This is a pissing contest for them. So here's the thing: I'm not going to accept that. It's nothing against you guys, by the way. But if they're going to do that, are you guys going to issue me a verbal warning at this point to leave or be arrested?
Okay, I don't know what that means.
They're asking to have me trespass?
Yeah.
Hey, I was trying to get in, but it looks like I don't know what your hours are. I looked online. Also, this is the non-flamethrower edition, and it does not come with guided missile strikes. So some people believe it's a weapon of mass destruction when it's actually a weapon of mass accountability. It seems like she's calling the police to stop a journalist from inspecting the records index.
I think they were just a little freaked out.
Hey everyone, I am free. It's October 10th, 2024. I'm in the city of Wenatchee, Chelan County in the Communist Empire of Washington State. Going to the Apple Commission to do a public records request. Somebody was worried about the fruit crop. Went to go in and stated that they were treated rudely, brusquely, told that they would not provide records. They had to go online to do it. So I'm here to see if there's any merit to those allegations. And also, I've been receiving some emails, comments on YouTube, Facebook posts, that kind of stuff, where people have been saying, hey, Steve, what is up with your clearly incorrect assessment of Washington State being a communist empire? It's a state in the Democratic Republic of the United States of America. What is going on here? And I wanted to clarify. I am very aware it's a communist empire. I'm using sardonic humor, or what is often known as a sardonicism. And that is just a dark, cynical form of humor, mocking form of humor, meant to highlight something that is used with a tone of humor, dark humor, as opposed to a sharper, angrier response. And I think the state of Washington is very authoritarian, very abusive. It's run by one party in this state. And I think their focus is to not see to the best interest of the citizens of Washington State. So that's why I use that sardonicism, as they refer to it. Definitely aware of what communism is and socialism and all that kind of stuff. So while I got your attention, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, and subscribing, I'd greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that all notifications bell so you can be a source when the release. You can follow me on X at I.A.M Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you can do so by going to the links in the description. Cash App and Venmo. Let's get on inside here. Do a public records request. Hello. Hey, I was trying to get in, but it looks like I don't know what your hours are. I looked online, didn't give hours or anything.
Well, we no longer have any public access.
All right, everyone, I want to point something out here. This is the only office in the entire state of Washington for the Washington State Apple Commission. I want to repeat that again. The only office. If someone has something to do or feels they want to do their business in person, and the only office that exists is not open to the public, we have an epic example of authoritarian abuse here. This is a sick and abusive example of Washington State thumbing its nose at the people and aiming for complete inaccessibility by the people to our government, short of emails they can ignore or delete and phone calls they don't have to take. Even open meetings are now being shifted largely to online meetings only, so that government officials can abuse their authority to mute people, to delete things, to not actually be accountable to the constituency because they're using technology or locked buildings to avoid accountability. Imagine that, having to face your constituency in the event they are unhappy with governance as it is. Just imagine that.
So, were you here to see someone?
I'm actually here to inspect the records index.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
I know it's a not frequently used thing.
So you just come unexpectedly?
Yeah, it's supposed to be made available during open hours, just to inspect. So it's a part of the Records Act, but it's not a records request. It's an index. So basically, you come to look at the index, and then you can make sense of what kind of things in this case, the Apple Commission has.
Sure.
And then when I submit my records request, it's more efficacious.
Okay. The only problem is our controller, who would have access to that, just left. So he'll be back in tomorrow morning for the day. But I'm the other person in accounting.
Okay.
I have no idea how to access it.
Could you
We're in a president transition, and they are both out of the office.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, is there any way you could get a hold of the controller? Because I'm only passing through town today, and obviously, I mean, this is just your sole place to come, and it's quite a drive for me. I wanted to come and inspect the records index while I was in here in town, because it's not an easy thing to get to.
And it's a physical thing. You can't do it online.
No, so a records index is something that is supposed to be maintained and created and maintained by the commission. So in this case, it would just be something we come by. I looked on the website to see if you guys had it there, but you don't.
In the interest of transparency, I want to declare a mistake of mine. In having gone to the Washington State Apple Commission's website, I looked and did not find the records index. However, it is on the website at https://waapple.org/records-index/. This was a genuine mistake of mine. This does not excuse the commission from pointing me to it by being able to do so by way of their staff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something you records request, it's just a document, effectively.
Well, he just left, so I know he's driving. I don't want to text him while he's driving.
Is there anybody else in the hierarchy, or is he just the only manager that exists?
No, our 3 top staff members are out of the office. That's what I just said. We are transitioning between 2 presidents. One is retiring. They are together, traveling to meet with industry people. They are not in the office. So that's it. We only have 2 export people and me, and I would be the closest to.
It's kind of a difficult thing for me, because I came here to inspect that.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you come without notification.
Well, I mean, you're just supposed to be able to show up per the statute.
I see that, but what if people aren't here?
Well, I mean, I assume it's working hours. I mean, I saw people were here with their vehicles parked outside and all that kind of stuff. I saw people.
Well, who you are seeing here is a totally different agency. It's one of our tenants.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you want the Apple Commission.
True.
So there's only 3 of us here. None of us know how to access that.
Gotcha. Could I get the name and number of the controller then? Because I think what I'd like to do is just call the controller right now and see if there's something that can be done to make this happen now. Because I don't want to drive several hundred miles.
Okay, let's go this way.
Sure.
I will call him.
Okay. What was your name again, by the way?
Deborah.
Deborah. I'm Steve. Nice to meet you.
Steve.
Do you know, by the way, how have you guys been closed since the restrictions for COVID were lifted?
Well, when you say closed, our staff was always not open to the public.
Gotcha.
We had a public visitor center. Mm-hmm. Yes, it has been closed since the beginning of the pandemic.
Gotcha.
And no immediate plans to reopen.
Do you know what has led to that decision by chance? To not reopen, I mean?
Oh, there's a number of things.
Oh. You know what those are?
Are you recording me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've got a doorbell over here. Yeah, it's locked. They got a doorbell here. That's it.
And did you ring the doorbell?
I already rang the doorbell. A lady came out to help me, and then she went back inside, and I rang the doorbell, and she hasn't shown back up. Yeah, I know.
It's still the Apple Commission down here?
Yeah, I know. I was here to inspect the Public Records Index, and she said they're just not open anymore to the public at all. Yeah, they said they've maintained, even though it's almost 2 years later, they're maintaining the COVID lockdown protocols. Literally she just said that's part of what's playing into this. Do you know, by the way, how have you guys been closed since the restrictions for COVID were lifted?
Well, when you say closed, our staff was always not open to the public.
Gotcha.
We had a public visitor center. Mm-hmm. Yes, it has been closed since the beginning of the pandemic.
Gotcha.
And no immediate plans to reopen.
Completely inaccessible to the public.
Well, that's bizarre.
It is, because if you're coming to look at the Public Records Index, how are you supposed to do that?
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
We were just coming to visit. We have visitors from out of town that are orchardists and wanted to.
Oh, I'll bet you, if you just hit that doorbell, she'd want to see you. I don't think she wants to see a reporter like me, but I think it's them that. I'm a journalist. Yeah, I think that's probably part of what's going on here.
This is not what we're looking for.
Yeah, they're closed.
They're closed.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, the same thing like it used to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ma'am, are you here for the visitor center?
Yeah.
It's closed.
Oh,
It's been
wonderful.
closed for 5 years.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We haven't been here for quite a while. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, ma'am. Oh. Wow. Yikes. Holy cow, look at that. Wow, that was really rude. She comes out for that person looking for the visitor center as soon as I ask her, because she already went back. You saw that. As soon as she comes and answers her question, I then go to ask her if, I just said, ma'am, walks away. That is crazy. Wow. That is really nuts. That is so rude. Whoa, that is so rude. I mean, how fortuitous, though. I mean, she's making it clear. If you're here for an act, well, I'm not going to say her reason's not valid. It's just as valid as mine. She's here to get a question answered. She got it answered. It's been closed for 5 years. What that lady said is because this place is being closed partially because of the COVID restrictions still, is what she was indicating. And now, when she comes out to answer her question, I ask for assistance. She just walks away and ignores. For the records index, and I want to be clear, they do not have it online, but you should still be able to inspect that in person. They do not have it available. They cannot exempt themselves from it. And so this is going to be really interesting to see what's going on here. My best guess here is that they're running and hiding from their not having the records index available. So that's not good. That's not good at all. And I would imagine if they don't have it available, they've never had it available, which would basically mean they've been out of compliance since that requirement was made a requirement in the Washington revised codes. So wow. Do you have the records index? Do you have the records index? I'm still asking for the records index, ma'am.
Howdy, partner. Police department. Just so you know, my camera's on, okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna go chat with them inside, and then I'll come chat with you. Is that all right?
Yeah, is this consensual?
It's up to you. You can leave if you want.
No, you're not detaining me.
No.
Okay,
No.
sure. I'll wait for you, man.
What's your name, man?
Steve.
Steve, I'm Eric.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah. Well, Officer Magnuson looks like a nice guy so far. I'll get his badge number and all that kind of good stuff here in a moment, but what I'm hoping is he's just going to make it clear that A, there's nothing wrong about coming here for business, and B, that I can be here to request records.
Oh, it's Steve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know if she's going to help me finish my records request?
So I'm trying to figure out what exactly is it that you're looking for?
I'm actually specifically first looking for the records index.
Okay.
I want to inspect that so I can make a records request.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the records index at all?
I'm not, no.
I don't blame you. It's
Yeah.
not exactly the read you go home
Okay.
next to the fire and read about.
Yeah.
Every agency is supposed to have an index, and the
Okay.
index is meant to do what an index does.
Okay.
You can look in it, you can understand what records they keep.
Yeah.
So that way, also, if there's a parlance difference in terminology, like if you call it X, I call it Y,
Yeah.
I understand that the Apple Commission calls that.
Gotcha.
Like, I guess, like, if you had incident reports and CAD reports.
Right.
Right? I know you guys would figure that out, but
Yeah.
you get my example. So I need to inspect the records index so that I can make a records request, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I
She said she was
gotcha.
going to call the controller, but...
So she told me she called the controller, who was, I think he said his name was Eric too.
Okay.
He wasn't aware of a records index. What he was aware of was anything, and that's yours if you want to keep it. They said the way they start their records request has been online. So they recommended that as an email. As far as somebody that might be able to give you a better answer, they said 7 a.m. the president and the oncoming president will be here with the controller.
And I'm just working on a story about the Apple Commission, which is why I wanted to, I'm driving through.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be able to get this done, inspect it. Even if I didn't file the records request, I can at least jot down what the things are
For
called.
sure.
And some of the things they keep in there, like orders, procedures, rules, memorandums, that kind of stuff, I may not even have to make a records request for.
Okay.
I may just go, oh, there you go, take a picture, and I'm done.
Gotcha.
I don't know what their records index looks like, though, and they're mandated by statute to do it.
Okay.
It's in Section 70 of the Public Records Act.
Okay.
It just says in subsection 3, every agency shall create and maintain a public records index, and it defines exactly what is supposed to be in it.
Okay.
It's like 10 or 12 things or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I'm looking to do, so if I can get that done,
So they're not going to be able to help you at all tonight, they said. They said the earliest they'd have anybody that might be able to kind of try to figure out what exactly it is that they, to get you, would be tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I'm out of town, man. Is there, I know it's apples to apples. Oh, there we go, right?
Yeah.
That's not apples to apples. I mean, I know your city and their state commission.
Yep.
I think this is probably just honestly an issue of they're just ignorant to like what it is they're supposed to have. I don't think it's some master villainous plan here.
No, not at all.
I don't want to see people get jammed up for something that, because that's concealing a record.
Yeah.
If they do that, that's a felony in 401610.
Again, I want to clarify, at the time I was working on this story regarding the records index, I was unaware of the fact that the records index was in fact online. I did overlook that, and that is my mistake. So, if the records index was being concealed, that would be a crime. However, at this juncture, I do not believe any such crime was committed.
Right.
I don't think she wants to go down that road.
For sure.
I mean, concealing the records index as a state commission is not allowed. Now, if they don't have it, she could state that. Just be unequivocally clear and be like, look, I don't want to break the law here. We don't have a records index. It's not even on her at that point.
Yeah.
But at this point, it seems like she's calling the police to stop a journalist from inspecting the records index.
I think they were just a little freaked out. And then she told me in there that she doesn't know what the records index is that you're requesting. So you're probably right when you're saying that they just don't have it.
If you wouldn't mind, it's just a request. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
If you could just tell her it's Section 70, it would take her 30 seconds to Google it. She just goes to Section 70, subsection 3. She can read it. It takes 5 seconds to read it. Well, at that point, she can at least tell me they don't have it, because at this point, I don't know what's going on. It's like I said, to me as a journalist, it seems like she's trying to weaponize a local law enforcement agency to prevent a journalist from getting records.
They're not weaponizing me. They were just kind of a little worried and making sure everything was on the up and up, because you got your mask on, so it scared them a little bit, was all. So.
Well, ironically, she literally just told me on camera the reason they're still closed to the public, partially, is because they're implementing COVID protocols.
Yes, it has been closed since the beginning of the pandemic.
Gotcha.
And no no immediate plans to reopen.
Okay. There you go.
Little irony there.
Yeah.
In fact, sharp irony.
Yeah.
Also, this is the non-flamethrower edition, and it does not come with guided missile strikes. So some people believe it's a weapon of mass destruction when it's actually a weapon of mass accountability.
Yep.
So I'd just like to see if the Apple Commission can do it. Is there any way you could ask her, like I said, just as a favor?
And ask her what was that?
Just to look at Section 70, subsection 3. That's it. It'll take her 30 seconds.
Section 70, subsection 3 of what?
Of the RCW. So it's 42.56.
Okay.
.070. Subsection 3.
Okay.
And if she reads that, she says, okay, now I get it. I don't have it.
Okay. Is it a big, long read?
Nope. It'll take like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Literally, it's one sentence.
Okay. Let me chat with her real quick.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Subsection 70?
It's so 42.56.070 and then subsection 3.
46.56.
.070.
070. 46.
Subsection 3. Thanks. Appreciate it. How's it going?
Oh, not bad. It's decent weather, so I'm happy.
I don't know if you're already here, but I just wanted to warn you, this is not a flamethrower camera.
I heard.
All right, good.
I like the disclaimer. I like it.
So do you guys do the pink badges and stuff for breast cancer awareness?
It's actually the first year we've done it. We just got them in, so yeah.
I'm hoping one day they get the awesome, what is that show? It's the one with Matt Damon. It's like on the tip of my tongue right now. It's the one where he's living on the planet's overpopulated and the rich people live in orbit, and they got all these
we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they got these amazing machines that scans them and cures them and all that. I'm hoping for like not only breast cancer but everything. Someday they'll have some amazing device which just scans you and at least tells you everything rather than having to get 27 diagnostics. You know what I mean? Well, this is the time of year to be in Wenatchee.
It is.
You get here in like late July to mid-August, and it's a scorcher.
Yeah, we had a stretch where I think we were 3 or 4 weeks at 100 plus, or at least 95 plus, and it got warm there this summer.
I mean, on one hand, at least it's dry, but still, that's just miserable.
Yeah, you get to a certain point.
Yeah, there's no winning in that. Yeah. No winning at all. You got a business card, by the way?
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, I'll say it's been a bit since I've been here, but one of the things I was kind of B-roll narrating a little bit. One of the things I love about this area is catching some of the roads that take you to the tops of the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that they're there because you're just kind of looking at the mountains.
Yeah.
And you don't see it. But I took my son up. That was kind of that way near Kashmir.
Yeah.
Went way up there. He was just amazed because he's young. And, he was just like, whoa. And you got the sun behind you to the west, and you're looking down out in the valley. It's pretty epic. So
Okay, so they looked it up.
Okay.
They did not have it. They do not have it.
All right.
They said Eric, their control guy, whatever. I think they already talked about him.
He
said he doesn't know. He's not aware of it. Doesn't have it. But he's not here to be able to solve it for you right now.
All right. Well, hey, look, I really appreciate you helping out, at least asking, because at least I can say on the record that they said they don't have it, which they're supposed to have it.
Yeah. So like I said, though, 7 a.m. sounds like will be the first time that anybody else, like the president and the new
I might be able to swing back. I mean, I'm going that way for about a week, so if I can swing back, I'll do that.
Yeah, so hopefully get here and there's some more people that have some better answers for you.
You got a business card, by the way?
Oh, I got him a card here,
Man, what time is it now?
It is almost 4 o'clock.
It's good enough. I think I'm just going to have to call it a day for working.
I wish staying here in town, or are you moseying on through?
No, I'm moseying on through. I had several stories I needed to work on, but it's way out of the way to come here, so I kind of wanted to just get it all at once, and it went slower than I intended. So, thanks, man.
You do all your stuff on your own, or do you work for a company?
I do it all on my own.
Nice.
Yeah, it's.
Where's home for you?
Oh, I live over in the Seattle area.
Oh, gotcha. Where at in Seattle?
Oh, just south. Yeah, just like South Seattle.
Oh, okay. I went to school over in Tacoma, so fairly familiar with the area.
All right, cool.
So, sweet.
No, I bet you guys like it a lot better over here rather than the communist empire that side is. I mean, I refer to it all, unfortunately, as the communist empire because
we got it pretty good here.
It is. It's really nice. I mean, you get a lot more common sense. I think when you're dealing with Bob and his gang of goons over there, and, next to be our governor, and
we'll see.
See what happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool. I'm gonna go check in with them, let them know we're heading out.
All right.
Appreciate your time, and
you guys
good luck with your story, man.
Take care. Thanks. Take care, Corporal. All right, well, I think that does it here for today. They obviously do not have a records index, so I'm going to say the person that came in to actually inspect the records index accurately stated that there was no records index. So that's definitely a big no-no in Washington State. Local agencies, like for example the Wenatchee Police Department, they can exempt themselves from that. It's in subsection 4 where they can exempt themselves. Like the county, the city can do that, but a state agency or commission like the Apple Commission cannot do that. And that really just creates a lot of problems for people coming in when they're trying to actually be more efficacious about their public records requests to not get the index to make it easier for them. Actually, you know what? I am going to actually ask them for a CAD number. Hey, Officer Magnuson?
Yeah, what's up?
When you're done with them, could I get the incident number, a CAD report, whatever number?
Yeah, I'll see if a case number got generated.
Thanks.
I'll grab it for you.
Appreciate it.
Dang.
What's that?
I'm trying to get his attention
Oh.
from talking on the radio.
Oh.
They're just asking about it, but I don't know who has the. I talked to them.
They're asking to have me trespass?
Yeah. Not if you leave willingly, they're fine with that too. They're just
Whoa, for
apparently
doing a records request?
right, the gals got apparently freaked out in there, and that. So they're not going to have you trespass if you just leave.
Well,
but
hold
if you
on a
don't,
minute.
then they'll trespass you.
Hold on.
But let me get you that case number real quick. Okay?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, while he's getting the CAD report, Corporal,
Yeah.
if
You have that business card? I'm just going to write it on there.
sure.
And I guess I can just get it from my fine corporal right here. Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so quick question here, though, because I mean, when you look at the trespass statute in Section 90 for the Defenses Against Criminal Trespass,
19135.
Section 90 for the criminal defenses against criminal trespass are clear. If they're open for business at the time, which I was here during that time, it's open to the public to come here. There's no basis
24W.
for them to trespass me.
As far as I'm concerned, what we've been told is if it's a business and their property and they want me trespass, they can
A
trespass
state
me.
agency.
Anybody, as far as we operate in the city.
Gotcha.
So-
And then if they do the trespass, you'll give me a warning to leave, and if I don't leave at that point, I'll be arrested?
Yeah, you'll just get it. If you want the copy, you get a copy of your phone.
I'd be fine with a verbal, but yeah.
It's just verbal.
I mean-
like I said, they don't want you to trespass right now. They were just if you were gonna stay and they're
Well,
worried.
hold on,
they were
because
gonna
I
have
got
you
to come
trespass.
back, and
And you can come
I
back.
I can't tolerate that. That's
Yeah.
completely. They're
You can-
trying to weaponize you guys against me. I'm
You
not
can
gonna
come
tolerate
back
that.
here at this point. They just wanted me to ask you to move along for the night. And like I said, tomorrow when there's other people here, like the president and the
This is a
bookkeeper,
pissing contest for them. So here's the thing: is
I
I'm
get
not
it,
going to
partner.
accept that. It's nothing against you guys,
Yeah.
by the way. But if they're going to do that, are you guys going to issue me a verbal warning at this point to leave or be arrested?
I mean, they want you to leave. So
Yeah, I don't want to leave. It's not 5 o'clock. I'm going to go back and try to get my
Okay.
inspection done and file a records request then.
Okay.
I am not going to be bullied as a journalist by a state
No,
commission.
I
mean,
get
you
you, bro.
guys are fine. I have no
get
issue
you.
with you guys, but I'm not going to accept that. I am lawfully present and able to be doing my business.
Okay.
So if they're gonna, if you guys are gonna issue a verbal warning, I'll take it and move on under threat of arrest. But
Yeah. Right now they want you to leave, or it will escalate to the trespass route.
okay,
So-
as in you'll then give me a warning
Then
to
you get
leave.
your trespass paper. And then if you don't leave at that, then we'd have.
Well,
to
yeah, I'm not looking to
proceed
get. I'm just looking to get a verbal warning at that point.
Yeah.
I don't need a paper.
So they want you to leave. So
Okay.
they want you gone.
Yeah, and I don't want to leave because I now have additional business. I'm going to file a records request with them.
Okay.
So if they're not
and
going
that email, I gave you that post-it note, right?
yeah.
That pink one. That email on it. They said that's the best way to start the process of doing your records request.
Yeah, well, now that they want to do a pissing contest, the fact of the matter is Administrative Code 4414-03006.
I want to read the following again so that the Washington State Apple Commission fully understands their flagrant, abusive, and criminal actions this day in preventing me from submitting a public records request from Washington Administrative Code, Title 44, Chapter 14, Section 03006, titled In-Person Requests. An agency must honor requests received in person during normal business hours. Per the revised codes of Washington 42.56.080 subsection 2, an agency should have its public records request form available at the office reception area so it can be provided to a walk-in requestor. The form should be directed to the agency's public records officer. Oral requests. A number of agencies routinely accept oral public records requests, for example, asking to look at a building permit. Some agencies find oral requests to be the best way to provide certain kinds of records. However, for some requests, such as larger or complex ones, oral requests may be allowed, but are problematic.
Yeah.
Says that I can do it in person, walk-in basis, and verbally. So if they want to do that, I'm going to make them take my verbal public records request in person while they're open.
Okay.
So if they want to do that, I'm a very experienced journalist. I know the codes.
It just sounds like tomorrow would be the better way to push that.
I'm out of town though.
I get it, but the president's not here. The guy
but I can submit a records request to Deborah or Debbie or whatever her name is.
She said that normally goes to that Eric character. He's
well,
the one that
I'll make her have to basically deny my public records request, in which case now that's a gross misdemeanor, and we can go that route.
Okay.
All right, everyone. What I'm referring to is the Revised Code of Washington, Title 9A, Chapter 80, Section 10, titled Official Misconduct. In subsection 1, it is written that a public servant is guilty of official misconduct if, with intent to obtain a benefit or to deprive another person of a lawful right or privilege, A, he or she intentionally commits an unauthorized act under color of law, or B, he or she intentionally refrains from performing a duty imposed upon him or her by law. Subsection 2, official misconduct is a gross misdemeanor.
I do not want to be bullied by them when I'm just trying to do my job as a journalist. I'm working on a story about a guy who allegedly came here to inspect the index.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is like forever ago.
Oh, okay.
But basically it was like, yeah, I went in to go and do that, and they said they were closed, which they're closed to the visitors area is closed. You can still go ring the doorbell and all that.
Yeah.
And obviously they're working there. So, I mean, I'm reporting on something valid here, which is this is the one office for the Apple Commission.
No, for sure,
This is it.
Yeah.
They don't have them like DSHS everywhere.
Yep.
So if somebody's going to come in and, do like a records request, or I'm sorry, a records index inspection, you have to come here.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not on their website.
Right.
So the only other option is to come in person. And they are violating not only statute for the records index, but at this point, because I think what she told you, it's not her issue. It's probably the president or the directors. Or
yeah,
whatever.
It sounds like he'd be the one that have better answers for you.
But at this point, I just, I'd really like to just, if they're gonna, force my hand, then I'll accept the verbal warning to leave under threat of arrest. I'll leave. You guys have a good night, and that's it. But I'm not gonna let them bully me around.
No, I hear you, man. And I don't.
What my preference would be, though, is if you guys would just let them know I'm lawfully present. My defenses against criminal trespass allow me to be present because I have lawful business to do here.
Right.
They can't stop me from doing a records request. That's a violation.
Yep, I hear you, man. But they want you to move along or be trespassed. If you don't move along after being trespassed, you do face.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if you guys are giving me a verbal warning to leave because I am being trespassed under threat of arrest, if I don't leave, I'll leave.
Okay. Well,
is that what's going on?
That's what's going on, man.
Okay.
Because they just want you to leave.
All right. Yeah, you too. You guys have a good night. All right. Well, I was verbally trespassed. I mean, nice officers. They're making a grave mistake because I'm lawfully present. If you look at RCW 9A.52.090. The criminal defenses against criminal trespass, I'm lawfully present. They close at 5. I'm assuming they're still in there and working. They didn't say that they're actually closed for the day. They're just saying they're scared. Absolute crap. Now, like I said, I really like it when I run across nice, polite police officers. I think they made a grave error there, though. They cannot just trespass anybody for any reason. If that was the case, the Parks Department could walk up and say, we don't want you in the park anymore for no reason whatsoever, go away. And they sure as heck cannot trespass me for attempting to do a records request. So, yeah, that's terrible. Wow, that's the Washington State Apple Commission definitely abusing their authority, what they think is authority,